Help. So we're going to just come to standing, and we're going to take a wider stance and maybe turn the toes slightly out. You don't have to be in such an expansive stance. Feel your stability, toes are turned out. And we'll begin to just bend the knees just as gently as we just sway side to side. So a little bit of fluid movement. Perfect. And then come through the center. And then as we exhale, pursed lips exhale, bend into the knees and keep the knees just in the direction of the toes. And inhale. And again, exhale. This time as we inhale, let the arms open out. T, and then as we exhale, bend the knees, let the arms draw down. Now let's continue to breathe through the nose. Inhale to the star pose, exhale, a bit of temple pose. Find your rhythm of breath. Heading ourselves back to the rhythm of the day. Last time, nice inhale, and then exhale. And then keep the arms down as you lengthen. And this time we're just going to step the feet in a little bit, just spacious. Using the left arm, there's an energy field around us all. And we're going to just allow this left hand to explore this field around us and explore it in the ways that you want. Move around. Imagine you want to reach as far back, as far up. You can shift off the feet. You can touch the ground. You can lengthen. You just move around the space. And those of you that are attuned to movements of the spine, consider these extensions, flexions, lateral, elongation. With the left hand as your guide. Without load, moving in the shoulder, joint. Maybe through movements that we absolutely don't do with load, but is part of the movement of the shoulder joint. Okay. And then relax that left arm. Heel toe the feet a little more parallel under the sit bones. And as you exhale, let that left arm release down. Enjoy a lateral bend. Right arm can begin to lift up and sweep over. Bring the gaze down, feeling that openness start around the right hip up to the right side of the ribs. Now right hand behind the head. Inhale, press the head back. Maybe lift the gaze gently. Exhale, release. Feet a little wider. Now with the right arm, begin to explore. You can move across to the other side. Bend the knees, move the feet as needed, and explore space. Shoulder, the arm, the hand as the main explorer. Imagine you want to touch every aspect of this sphere. This idea of stimulating the fluid that keeps these organs gliding, moving out of stagnation. I think we know enough about what happens when fluid stays stagnant. We understand what happens in nature. And I think we're beginning to understand what happens in ourselves with stagnation. Moving. We reach as far back, as far forward, as far down, as far up. Circle, reach, bend, flex. Nice. And then you turn back, bringing that right arm down, heel toeing the feet parallel. Inhale, laterally bend, right arm slides down, left arm begins to lift over. Can look down, maybe left hand behind the head presses back. Space, just experiencing what's happening from the hip up on the left side, underneath the arm. And then release, gently release. Wherever you are in your mat, gently walk forward or back, but let's meet at the front of the mat. Depends where you are. And on the next inhale, begin to shift the weight forward to the front pads of the feet and lift the heels up as the arms reach forward and up. Gaze is steady. Exhale, release the arms, bend the knees, feet to the ground, arms reach back. Pose. Inhale, heels lift, arms lift. Urdhva Hastasana, upward lifting arms, hands down. Exhale, sit back, heels, knees bend, hips back strong. Think of locust. And then you rise, elongation of the spine, heels lift. Exhale. Just two more. Beautiful. One more time. Heels lift, arms lift, gaze stable. Exhale, lower the heels, knees bent, arms reach back. Now bind the hands together behind. You're keeping an extension. Soft bend of the elbows, shoulder blades draw towards each other. Then begin to lay the torso over the thighs. Head can bow as the arms lift slightly off the sacrum if you wish. Soft bend of the elbows. The next exhale, release the arms down. Walk the hands forward to the front of the feet. I'm going to just orientate myself towards you closer. And then you lift your heels up. As you exhale, bend the knees and lower the hips down. Knees go wide, arms reach out. A little squeeze of the legs, the knees, the ankles. Head releases. Feel the softness of the sacrum. Focusing on churning the waters. Periorgan fluid. Being the organ, the fluids of our joints. The fluid of the fascia. Slowly walk the hands back in. Knees more closer together. Begin to lift the hips. Plant the heels and arrive to your forward fold, a little dangling. Holding opposite elbows, head releases. And then exhale and release. Bending the knees, sit back. Arms can open wide as you inhale and rise all the way up. Exhale, release down. So we're going to bring, I haven't taught this before. This is a little bit of the upper back opener. The secret here is to not go beyond the hip hinge. And you can maintain a little bend of the knees, but you don't go below the hip hinge, okay? So maybe chest a little higher, but you allow a little rounding. Your head bows. You can come just above that hip hinge. But I'd like you to just hang for a moment. Knees are bent. It's a rounding of the upper back and head. Explore. We're just going to stay here for 5 more breaths. Little release, opening up the upper back. We're not rounding the lower back. It's really in the upper, middle, upper, and the head hangs. On the next exhale, hug in the core body. Start to reach the arms out, bend the knees more, and lift up. Chin remains close to the neck. Lift all the way up, elongate. Exhale, now hinge forward, arriving to your forward fold. Hands touch the ground. Right leg steps back behind you. Left knee is forward. Right leg just reaches back, right heel off the mat. Take a few breaths, orientation. If you need to bring your right foot to the right more, left foot to the left more, right leg out to the right. Create diagonal line between the heels. On the exhale, we're going to bend the back knee. As we inhale, we'll open to cactus arms. Exhale, release the hands down. Inhale, lift up the right knee. Exhale, release the right knee. Inhale, open to cactus. Release. We'll just do that movement, that dance, just 2 more times. Each breath has a movement. Enjoy the unhurriedness. Last time, those cactus arms, maybe looking up to the sun. Exhale, hands come down. This time, lengthen the front leg, and you can point and flex, use the block as needed. And then a little flexion of the left foot, almost dragging the heel back. Feeling how cozy that left hip joint is, right in the hip socket. And maybe as you draw the toes more towards the hip, feeling this expansive energy of the back of the leg line. On the next exhale, hug in the organs. Give them a hug from the base of the body. And then inhale, expand, create space, maybe even lengthen the chest forward. One more time. Bending into the front knee. Right knee rises. So now pivot the back heel down, left elbow to left thigh. Right arm circles around and reaches up to the sky. Left elbow nudging against the left thigh. Lift up the left heel for a moment. 2 breaths. Exhale, release the right heel down, right hand to right hip. Feel the right hip turn towards the front corner of your mat, and then begin to lengthen the left leg. Left hand can hold the outer calf. Bending into the left knee, left arm comes along the ear line. Feel the side of the body long. Exhale, lengthening the left leg, arm slides by the calf. Just 2 more, let's do 3 on this side. Okay, and then 1 more. Lengthen. Perfect. Feeling that Maybe the right heel needs to go back a little bit more, and just give yourself permission to feel stable before we move on. And then slowly take that right hand up to the sky. You can look towards the side or upward. And take your awareness to the organs of the torso. And just as you're breathing, the shape change of the breath. Full awareness of the diaphragm. Diaphragm is different shapes on all of us, but one of its functions is that when we exhale, it is a massage. It's like a little massage of all the organs below and above. Because your diaphragm is also attached to the pericardium. So this is the sac that surrounds the heart. So for a moment, just the sense of your breath providing an internal massage from the heart to the digestive. Two more breaths. Iyengar style holds this morning, Trikonasana. And then exhale, bending that left knee, bring your hands down. Lift up the right heel. So begin to plant the right hand down. You're going to pivot heel to the right side and walk your left foot down the left side of your mat. Press down through the left foot, lift up through the left arm. Stable in the shoulders. Feel your shoulders blades are not drawing towards your ears, but towards the spine. On your exhale, lift up the right heel, lower the left hand, and then slide the left leg straight back into plank. Allow your hands to isometrically pull apart. 3 breaths. Toes almost dragging towards your heels. Exhale, lower the knees, slide the hips back into child's pose, and just take a moment. Whatever the child's pose looks like, knees can be wide, arms can be on either side. Fluidity. What does it mean to you? What does that mean in your body? Can you connect to the ideas of fluidity to your breath? Can you observe it naturally in your mind? We gently come back forward to table. Lifting up the knees. Hips go up and back into downward. Look back in between the heels. Pedal out your first Adho Mukha. Soft bend of the knees, lengthening the spine without pulling your shoulder joint apart, but by keeping it engaged, intact. Lengthen the spine. On the next exhale, a nice bend of the knees. Complete the exhale with a hug of the core body. In the pause after the exhale, step forward. And then with the next inhale to your half lift. Complete the exhale as you arrive to your fold. Bend the knees, arms open wide, rising up, chin down. Exhale, arms release. Heels lift, arms lift, gaze is stable. On the exhale, lower the heels, bend the knees, diver's pose. Hope you're all watching diving in the Olympics. Pretty impressive. One more time, lift the heels, lift the arms, gaze stable. An ode to the divers in this one. Exhale, sit back, arms reach back, strong back. Remain here. Lace the hands or one hand inside of the other on the sacrum. Shoulders to draw towards the spine line. Begin to fold over the leg. Torso meets the thighs. Maybe legs lengthen. Arms can reach up, but keep that little bend of the elbows. Bend the knees as much or as little as you need. And then release the hands down. Stepping the left leg back behind you. Find that orientation and space. Exhale, lower the left knee down. Inhale, cactus arms again. Open up to the world around. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift the left knee, reach back. Breath to movement, just like we did on the other side. Be interested in space. We'll do 2 more. Find your own rhythm. Last time. From cactus pose, let's remain there. We all can meet. Release. And we lengthen the front leg. Use support as needed. Flex, point. A little flexion, dragging that heel back, snuggling the hip joint into the socket. Cozy and comfortable. Avoid pushing your heel forward. Draw back and just notice that energy goes right into the core, stabilizing the lower back. Notice as you flex the foot, that this incredible dense band. There's several bands that come across the foot, underneath. This band, as you activate, it starts to activate the entire back leg line, the back line of the body. And I'm a big fan here, if you like, is to relax your head and neck. Feel that openness across the upper back. Traction the neck, traction the neck. Nod yes, nod no, without load. Bend back into the front knee. I'm going to lift up that right knee. I'm going to lift up the left knee. We're going to pivot down the left heel. Right elbow to right thigh. Windmill up the left arm. Take a moment. Make any adjustments. And then take your left hand to the left hip. Turn the left hip slight towards the front corner of your mat. Maybe feel your left heel naturally wants to slide back and press into the center of the heel. On the inhale, we're going to reach this right arm along the ear line, lengthening the side. And then as we exhale, we'll lengthen the right leg, maybe holding the calf. And we'll just repeat this. Find your inhale. Expand. Exhale. Lengthen, draw back. Smooth, deliberate. dance of yoga is deliberate. There's an intentionality. Perhaps the only intention is that you're present. Next time, maybe hold the outer calf. Take a moment to observe relationships between the right and the left equal. Notice how hard it is to create that equality. And you can reach up the top arm. Openness, maybe the hands almost draw back so the shoulder blades just draw to the spine more than towards the ears. And let this Trikonasana be a place of experiencing breath and diaphragmic massage of the organs. Moving the fluid around the organs. Feeling how when you diaphragmically breathe, intentionally stimulates. Creating the container of stability to focus on fluidity. Create stability to focus on fluidity. Sometimes we make the foundation smaller. Sometimes we open it. It is unique. Still feel maybe that left hip gently turn towards the corner of the mat, but feel the left shoulder, left side of the chest open. The gaze. Maybe your head is facing forward and your gaze just drifts to the ceiling without turning your head and neck. Feel your head almost against an invisible wall. Exhale, bending the right knee, bring your hands down. Lift up the left heel. Shift weight to the left hand, pivot the left heel to the left side, and walk your right foot down the right edge of your mat. Keep pressing down with the right foot, flexing the left, maybe right arm rises to the sky. Feel, again, the shoulders stable, intact, the front chest open, bottom leg strong, side body, a little rainbow. So we exhale, lift up the back heel, lower down the right hand, take the right leg straight back into plank. Lower the knees, slowly lower down to the ground. Pranama. Arms can reach out, forehead to the earth. A gesture of appreciation. And maybe just giving thanks to one aspect of water. Maybe it's in the body or around. Just anything that you deeply appreciate about water. There's a poem by Hafez, the 14th century poet, and it's talking about spring. And the line of the poem is, to understand clarity, go and be with a clear stream. Observe it. To understand what does clarity mean in one's life. Hands come back to either side of the chest. Legs reaching back, some energy reaching back through the legs. As we inhale, let your hands lift, chest and head lifts. Exhale, turn your head lower down. Inhale, lift the legs, hands, chest, head, looking down. Now exhale, lower, turn your head to the other side. 4 more on your own. Lifting, buoyant. It's really natural here that the legs shake because we were in triangle for a while. So just very natural. And now we stay lifted. The arms open like a T. Feel free to open the legs just a little bit wider, maybe to the width of the mat. You can also bend the knees, reach back for 1 foot at a time. If you're holding the feet, draw the legs closer, lifting the feet up and back into your version of Dhanurasana. Lifting, remember, you can bind, you can also be wide with the arms and the feet. And enjoy the movement across the torso as you're breathing, a little rolling. Let go of being perfectly still. Enjoy the rocking, the lifting. Mix it up if you wish. Exhale, we release. Toes tuck under, come up through table. Let's walk back into child's pose. Wide leg or legs closer, arms can reach back. But let your head rest on the earth or the arms. Keep the breath moving through the nose. Notice there's a little bit of effort. Try to avoid opening the mouth if that's appropriate. Feel the dance of your diaphragm. In teaching yoga, there's something about like going to the middle and then moving above and below. So this emphasis on the center of the chest as an energetic point of the heart, and then moving above and below. The diaphragm, such an emphasis, and then moving to above and below, because it's all related. It's just your awareness kind of starts just in that diaphragmic dance. And the rest of the body is part of that. But our awareness begins with that dance. Slowly walking the hands in. If you're comfortable to sit on your heels for a moment, knees can be wide or closed, it's up to you. And we're going to lean back. You can use blocks or your fingertips and just lean back for a moment. Open the front body. Nice extension, a back bend. Maybe lift up the knees. Stretch the tops of the feet for a moment. And then roll back onto the knees. Hands come forward. Lift the hips, tuck the toes under, and then sit up onto the toes tucked under. Then shifting forward, bring your feet flat and then take the tops of the feet and just tap them out. Then shift the feet to the right as you sit to the left. Let your left hand reach out to the side. Draw that left shoulder to the ear and then draw it away. Draw the left shoulder to the ear and then draw it away. One more time. Draw it away. Walk the left hand in. Walk that right foot around. If you're comfortable to come right into Ardha Matsya, feel free to. If you want to lengthen the left leg, please do. Left foot to the ground, left hand is now more behind the hip. Right hip is down. Inhale, right arm up to the sky. First, we go to an open twist. Exhale, rotate to the left. Hold the right ankle. Left hand behind, a little rotation. Interested in the dance of the diaphragm. Gently come back to center. Now, right hand behind the hip, left arm to the sky. Exhale, cross, maybe the left arm over the right. Press against the right leg, pressing the right foot down. Inhale, find your length. Feel the rib cage. Gently rotate on the exhale as the diaphragm is drawn in. And then inhale and expand. Just be interested in the diaphragmic dance that leads you into the exploration of rotation. Notice your left leg is not full of tension. And gently we come back to center. And we're going to do our circle around, but we're going to stop halfway. And what you're going to do is, so it's your right leg forward, you're going to hand over to the left, your left hips, and you're going to just go all the way around till you are in your wide-legged forward fold, and you're facing the back of the mat. I'm not going to face this one. So you're just facing the back of the mat, the feet are wide, and maybe enjoy a little dangling. If there's any tension in the head and neck, maybe bring your elbows to your thighs, bend the knees, and relax your upper back. Let your head and neck soften. Hands come down. We walk the hands now away from the direction we came, and we circle around until we come down, and the left leg is on top, right leg's on the bottom. So first, again, it's different, right? Maybe you need to lengthen the bottom leg. Right hand behind the right hip, left arm to the sky, left knee is bent, left foot to the earth, lifting up. Open twist to the right side. Notice if the left arm nudges against the left leg, and the left leg nudges against the right arm. Turning to the right, release tension in the right hip joint. Come back to the dance of the diaphragm. Churning the waters of the organs. And we slowly inhale, come out. Left hand behind the left hip. Right arm up, and we rotate to the left. Right hand, if you can nudge, you're always welcome to hug. If you're comfortable to nudge, and feel that tension. Right leg against, left leg against right arm against left leg. Rotation, now notice the dance of the diaphragm here. Those of you that have a connection to the bandha points, this will naturally lead to the cultivation of that. And these asanas are very interesting for them, that as you exhale and that diaphragm is drawn in, the base of the torso is lifted, the chin is relaxed, the crown of the head is lifted. As you inhale, they all expand. And there's a rhythm. There's a dance. And gently come back to center. And cross a moment just to be in a comfortable seated pose. Gaze settle forward. The eyes closed. Observing any natural dances, this perceived stillness. Be attuned to the rhythm of something, the rhythm of thoughts, the rhythm of breath, the rhythm of your heart, the rhythm of a natural rocking or swaying. Listen for the rhythm, stillness that dances. And gently start to open the eyes, lean back, send the legs out in front of you, and bring yourself to your mat. Laying down now and hugging the knees in, allowing the play of swaying, of moving, of rocking, of rolling, or just the beautiful dance of apanasana. Invite a twist of your choice, and with the idea of water so present, maybe the windshield wiper of the knees moving to one side as the head moves to the other. This is a very beautiful one for the cranial sacral fluid. So as your knees go in one direction, the head goes in the other. At any twist of your choice. Back to your space of rest, whatever it looks like. If you've got a chair or a wall and you want to use it for constructive rest, you can also keep your knees bent, maybe hands on the body or the arms out. If you're comfortable with the hands on the lower ribs, it's like your sense of touch is attuned to this rhythm. And you don't have to think about it, but you are in touch with it. But feel free to open into starfish. Feel free to be asymmetric. Feel free to have your arms above or below. And just take a moment of rest. Notice the head resting and the organs of the skull relaxing. The brain, the eyes, the ears, the tongue. Feel the lower jaw relaxed away from the upper jaw. You might start to feel you want to move your shoulders or arms. You might want to make space for the openness across the upper back, across the middle back. Invite a sense of relief as the lower back doesn't need to carry you right now. Doesn't need to carry anything. In the digestive system, cradled by the psoas, gets to be rocked to rest. Flow the river of the right leg down to the right toes. The river of the left leg down to the left toes. For a moment, explore yourself floating in a safe pool of water that you are comfortable in. For that moment, just surrendering to be held by the water energy. Next exhale, invite the stability of earth beneath you. Maybe turn the palms down and feel the texture, feel the firmness of ground. Inhale with a little more effort and lengthen the arms and legs, maybe away from each other. And eventually draw the legs in as the arms wrap around the legs. Just take your own time to come back embodied. You can always stay where you are. You don't have to move. And if you want to join me, gently eventually turn to the side and come to seated. Invite a little sway of the body. A watery sway. Nothing to cause motion sickness. Just enough. Exhale to soften into your center river of energy, the Sushumna. As we inhale, let's draw the hands together. And we're going to lift up. And then on the exhale, we're going to open the fountain, an open mouth exhale. Release. And we'll do this 3 times, lifting up. Last time. Moment of appreciation, community, for technology, for our unified home that we share. Namaha, namaste.